Reducing fractions to their simplest form, we need to cancel out common factors, and we cancel those common factors in both the numerator and the denominator. In particular, the process is called cancelling when we perform it across a multiplication sign. So for instance, in this particular problem, the common factor is 3, and we can divide 3 into 3 once, 3 into 3 once, perform our multiplication, and we'll get an answer of 2/5. There are no other common factors for 2 or 5, so then this is our answer in simplest form. Now the other important thing to remember about cancelling across a multiplication sign is that the sign does need to be a multiplication sign. It cannot be an addition or a subtraction sign. Our next problem is a division. 5/6 divided by 5/12. Now remember, we can turn any division into a multiplication by finding the reciprocal of the divisor, that is the second term in the division, and the reciprocal is the original fraction inverted so that the denominator and numerator change places. Now once we have the multiplication sign, we can look for common factors, and we have common factors of 5. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 5 once. We've also got a common factor of 6 for 6 and 12. 6 goes into 12 twice, 6 goes into 6 once, so we end up with an answer for this one once we perform all the multiplications of 2. In the last problem, we've got multiplication of mixed numbers. Now all of those mixed numbers need to be changed to improper fractions, as they have been here, and after they've been changed to improper fractions, we can then look for common factors. You can see there's a 29 in the numerator and in the denominator, so 29 goes into 29 once. There's a factor of 8 here. 8 divides into 16 twice. 8 goes into 8 once. And there's a 5 here. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 35 7 times. So you can see the importance of knowing your times tables here. And of course, now we only have 1s in the denominator, so our answer in the denominator will be 1. And in the numerator we have 2 times 1 times 7, so final answer of 14. Just as order of operations will apply when we're evaluating expressions of ordinary numbers that contain more than one operation, they're also important when we're evaluating fractions where there is more than one operation. So in this case we're looking at a multiplication, and inside the bracket we have an addition. Now order of operations says that we must evaluate the bracket before we can perform the multiplication. So inside the bracket we have some mixed numbers. Those mixed numbers are changed to improper fractions, which are then made into equivalent fractions with a denominator of 4. Once we have a common denominator, we can add the numerators, so you can see the answer for the expression inside the brackets is 23/4. Notice in the working that the 3 has been carried down right through to the end, and then once we have the bracket evaluated, we can perform the final multiplication to come up with the final answer of 17 1/4. It's very important to show full working such that each line of working is exactly equal to the one above it, and that will only happen if I carry down the operations that I haven't yet performed that I may not perform until the very end. That's known as full working, showing full working. Fraction application is when we take a worded question and turn it into a mathematical expression which we can then evaluate. Our example here is Jane, who spent 3/10 of her pay packet on entertainment. If she earns $360 a week, how much does she spend on entertainment? So what we really want to find here is 3/10 of $360. Now remember, when we first introduced multiplication, we said that if you had the word of, which occurs there, but also back here, Jane spent 3/10 of her pay packet. Her pay packet was $360, so we want to find 3/10 of $360. Of meant to multiply. So this is a fraction multiplication. 3/10 of means to multiply, $360. So as a fraction multiplication, it's set up like this, where the 360 is written in fraction form as 360 over 1. Now we can do a little bit of cancelling out here, although they haven't done it in the study guide as yet. We can cancel out 10 there, 10 goes into 10 once, 10 goes into 360 36 times, or we can just cross out the zeros. And then when we perform the multiplication, 3 times 36 will get the answer of $108. Because the question was a worded question, we need to give the answer as a worded answer. So she spent $108 on entertainment. Now that's the end of our topic 4, fraction operations. It's a 2-week topic, so this is quite a long video. I really do hope you've come through to the end of it, and if you have, I think you deserve a nice smile. So there you go. Happy teacher, and I hope happy student.